Hi there, I am Nicole of Inflexible Me, and I'm happy that you stopped by today because we're going to be talking about why you do not want to be placed inside the so-called spiritual box. And the reason is because labels suck. And they try to conform us, and I don't know about you, but I hate conformity. I just I just want to be me, doing what it is that I love to do on any given day, at any given hour, at any moment in my life. Yes, spirituality is a huge part of my life, and I love that spiritual aspect of my life. But does it mean that that defines who I am? Absolutely not, because I have so many other aspects to me that I love. And, like for instance, I love listening to Tibetan singing bowls when I meditate. I love the sound vibration that they give off. But when I'm going out dancing, I don't want to be listening to Tibetan singing bowls. I love 90s hip hop or some good dance music. That's what I love. Does that make me less spiritual? Absolutely not. It makes me me. And we need to be honoring our individuality more than anything and stop worrying about these labels of what spirituality looks like. If we start to align ourselves with certain categories, we're going to start to notice that there's always going to be certain things that we like that don't align with that particular category. So, for instance, I love drinking green juice. I'll drink green juice every day, but I also love my red wine. And, when I choose to drink red wine, does that mean I'm losing my spirituality? Absolutely not. I have a spiritual practice that I engage in because it brings me a lot of joy and it helps me to expand the way I think and perceive. And that's really important to me. But I also have other aspects of my life that I do love so much. We need to remember first and foremost that we are here to have the human experience. Each and every one of us is here on this planet to have that experience. And when we limit our experiences to trying to fit them into what a box says they're supposed to be, well, then we're starting to live from a very limited sense of self. And that's not helpful to anyone. We've been taught what these ideas of spirituality is supposed to look like. And so we have to be very careful of putting ourselves in the so-called spiritual box, because at the end of the day, what that really means is that we're judging ourselves or we're judging others. And for anyone out there who is aware of what the ascension process is and what that means, and raising our own vibrations to reach that frequency that resonates with fifth dimension, then you know full well that judgment does not resonate and cannot resonate in the fifth dimension. So if you're someone who's really on like a spiritual path and wanting to raise your vibrations, then we have to really be cognizant of labeling ourselves and others. Judgment is a very low frequency. And so if you find yourself judging others for the experience that they're choosing to have in their own life, not yours, their life, then what you're actually doing is lowering your own vibrations and limiting yourself from experiencing life in the way that we were all meant to live. It's also very important to understand that labeling is a form of separation. And there is anything that this world does not need more of right now, it is separation. We need to be uniting with one another and honoring our own individuality and choices for living our life in the way that we need to. As I said, our paths are all individual, and whatever way we're going to learn and experience what we're going to experience is our choice and may be necessary to the growth that we have. And when we can honor that individuality within us, then we can honor that individuality within others. It always starts within. It starts with you, not someone else. So be the model of the world you want to create and see manifest. Expand beyond the limitation that labels are designed to do, which is separate us all. Listen, we should be encouraging one another to experience our joy in whatever format that joy comes in. And if someone else's joy doesn't align with your joy, then you know what you do? You celebrate the individuality of it. Isn't it amazing to know that we are unique and not conforming robots? Imagine what that world would look like. So be you. Celebrate your joy and encourage others to do the same. Joy is a very high frequency vibration that if we're encouraging others to live in, then that is what's ultimately going to change this planet and this earth to be what we're all trying to achieve. So be very wary of that whole spiritual box that some of us like to tend to put us into, or others want to put us into, because that's the ego and we don't want to go there. So not that there's anything wrong with the ego, it can be our greatest teacher at times, but really when it comes down to it, we need to be very aware of these labels and separation factors that keep us from really coming together. So thanks for joining me today and stopping by the channel. If you like what you're listening to, please subscribe to the channel below. I'd love to keep you updated on any videos that come out. As well, you can head on over to my blog, inflexibleme.com, if you want to learn anything more about me. And also, I have a spiritual podcast called Enlighten Up. And what the really great thing about that is that it's me and two other friends who have really casual conversations about spirituality, the whole path, and we really try to keep it fun and lighthearted, but also informative. And so if you're interested in learning more about that, you can head on over into iTunes. It's called Enlighten Up, or if you want, the link will be in the show notes below. So thanks again for stopping by, and remember, encourage others to live in their joy. Celebrate your own joy in whatever format that looks like. That's what our whole spiritual path is about. That's what it means to be human. We are here to have the human experience, but remember, we are spirit first. So have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.